What's good, YouTube? It is your boy, The Point God, coming at y'all once again, and I am back with another video. Now, for those who don't know, a few days ago, I made a video saying why the Boston Celtics are the biggest losers of the offseason. Now, at that point in time, I had assumed so many things leading up to what had transpired in that moment, with Paul George being traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder for pretty much just Oladipo and Sabonis. And I had come to the conclusion that the Celtics really were not going to get anybody this offseason. That they go into next year just with Jason Tatum added onto their roster and a bunch of picks that they don't know how to utilize. Now, at this point, do I regret saying what I said in that video? Absolutely not. Because at that point in time, it did not look like they were going to get Gordon Hayward. It did not look like they'd be in this position that they are right now. And Danny Ainge, still to this day, I would have rather gotten someone like Jimmy Butler, who was traded for pretty much a bag of chips, whose contract is way better than the contract that you're going to have to give to Gordon Hayward. Because let's be honest, y'all are making, cap room for Gordon Hayward right now. So, I mean, bottom line is, why not get a Jimmy Butler, where his contract is way better and his production, in my opinion, is going to be better than Gordon Hayward's. But with all that being said, the Celtics, I have a question for you guys. What is next? Because if you guys do not make any other moves this offseason, then you are going to be a loser of the offseason. You guys have all the assets to acquire pretty much anybody in the league, besides obviously players on the Warriors or maybe players on the Cavs, who knows. But let's be real, y'all can get anybody. Anthony Davis is one of the reasons why I made this video. A lot of people have been talking about Anthony Davis going to Boston, and honestly, I think that's a great trade for Boston and New Orleans. New Orleans can get some assets from Boston that they really do need, but for Boston, it's more than just getting Anthony Davis. One, you can unload that stupid, ridiculous contract of Al Horford. And two, you get one of the best players in the league, a top 10, some people may even argue top 5 player in Anthony Davis, who is probably the best big man, or maybe depending on who you talk to, if he's a big man or just a forward, one of the best big man type forwards in the NBA. And getting Anthony Davis helps you with so many aspects. Not only do you get another scorer to aid Isaiah Thomas and Gordon Hayward, depending on who will be that first option, but you also get someone who can help you in rebounding. Al Horford is not someone who's going to give you, 17 and 10. He's someone who's going to give you about 14, 15, and 6 to 7 rebounds. That's it, and that's unacceptable from somebody who's going to be starting at the center position. And also, you have to think about rim protection. Anthony Davis is one of the most versatile players in the NBA, offensively and defensively. He has the speed to stay in front of some guards, and he can keep up with some power forwards and centers and big men due to his strength. The guy also is a very good rim protector. You get a big boost there. A guy who could average pretty much 3 blocks a game if he had to. I mean, Anthony Davis is a phenomenal rim protector, and that's something that the Celtics really do need. And another thing that aids them is the height problem. A lot of people really don't understand how big of an issue this is. The Celtics have a huge height problem, and Anthony Davis can easily cure that at that position. Also, you have to remember that the Cleveland Cavaliers have 2 of the best finishers that are not only in the NBA today, but throughout NBA history, in LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. So you need someone like a Anthony Davis to be in the paint, to be able to lock down the paint and be a solid to great, forget solid, he's a phenomenal great rim protector, and that's a huge boost from Al Horford. Now, I know Anthony Davis does play the power forward in New Orleans because he plays with Boogie, but let's be honest here. Anthony Davis right now, he needs to go to Boston in order to succeed. And if you need to go to Boston, might as well change up your game to the center position. You can do it. I mean, it's not impossible. But who would they have to give up? Well, I think personally that they should give up Jay Crowder, Al Horford, next year's Nets pick, next year's Lakers pick. And then if they don't accept that, then maybe you could throw in, I don't know, maybe a Avery Bradley, because at that point in time, who cares? Avery Bradley is just a stepping stone to the promised land for the Boston Celtics. Eventually, you guys will have to trade him because he is on an expiring contract. you do not want to pay him all the money that he's going to be asking for, because I guarantee you he will be asking for a lot of money. And another thing is, the East is so weak that Anthony Davis literally could average 30 and 12 on any team. It is so weak right now in the East. Maybe not on Boston or Cleveland, he won't average those ridiculous numbers, because those teams are really good teams in that conference, or should I say the best teams in that conference, and you know, he has to split the ball with multiple people. But at the end of the day, the East is so weak that he can put up ridiculous numbers. Expect Anthony Davis' numbers to even go up, even though he's going to a team that's a contending team in the conference that he's going to. But the East is so weak, like I said just now, that it really doesn't matter. So Anthony Davis going to Boston, that trade really would help Boston. But I guarantee you this, if Danny Ainge is not willing to take the risk and trade those picks, and honestly it's not even that big of a risk, you're getting a top 10 to top 5 player in the NBA. How is it a risk to give up picks that probably won't even amount to the greatness that Anthony Davis is in? And with the Nets pick, let's be honest here, do we really believe that the Nets are going to get the first pick? Because they're making moves, man. Remember, they offered Otto Porter that large contract. They got D'Angelo Russell. I mean, think about it. Why would the Nets be the first pick? Most likely they're not. There are some other teams out there who are going to be worse than them next year, at least by my understanding. I don't think they'll be that bad to be the first pick. They'll probably be a lottery pick, don't get me wrong, but they won't be the first pick. So each and every move that the Nets make this offseason, if they can make any more, but each and every move that they plan to make is just one pick down that the Celtics are going to have to pick from next year in the draft. So in my personal opinion, they need to trade that pick now, because that pick is losing value during this offseason. So in conclusion, the Boston Celtics, congratulations on getting Gordon Hayward. I mean, I thought Gordon Hayward, to be honest, would re-sign in Utah for that contract, you know, that large money contract, supermax pretty much. So props to the Celtics on getting Gordon Hayward. Was I wrong? Not really, because at the end of the day, you guys still are scared to trade those picks. Danny Ainge, the only reason that y'all really got Gordon Hayward, or the only reason that Danny Ainge would consider to get Gordon Hayward, is because he didn't have to lose anything to get him. Now, granted, he probably has to clear some cap space, but that's a different story in itself. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hit that like button. Also subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell next to my name to be notified after every video that I post. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, and add me on Snapchat. Don't forget my Q&A is coming. DM me or at me on Twitter to ask me questions. I will answer every single question that I possibly can, primarily on Twitter. I'll pretty much answer everybody's question on Twitter. And also follow me too. And this is your boy, The Point Guy, signing out. I'm out. Peace.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that, cooking up dope in the crock pot, we came from nothing to something, nigga, hey. I don't trust nobody, grip the trick, nobody, call up the gang and they come and get gang, cry me a river, give you a tissue, bad and bullshit, bad, cooking up dope with a Uzi, my niggas